No one's color.
Tanned girls can rock yellow.
Yeah. Tanned old men with handlebar mustaches.
Yes.
Yellow. Yeah.
And Brad Maddox.
Hello.
Hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for upNXT, postwrestling.com, twitter.com, at upNXT podcast is the Twitter account there. Braden Herrington here, Davie Portman. It's quarantine. We're still stuck inside. Has it gotten to you yet?
No, not yet. I've got to be honest. I haven't had my EI check come through yet, so that's kind of a worry.
Right.
Because
Trudeau be lying to you.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But honestly, I'm enjoying being off.
It's on vacation.
Yeah, I'm enjoying being off work right now.
Right.
Today was lovely. Had a lovely long run.
Stayed away from people
whilst being socially distant. There are still idiots around who are insisting on walking as close to me as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a car that kills me more than anything because I keep running in the road to try and get rid of people. And I mean, I shouldn't be outside, I guess, but I do need to get the exercise.
But even in quarantine, we're still here.
We are
in the BDE, the Braden Davie estate. We do podcasting. That's what we do. We're here on Wednesday nights because we're your NXT friends. And like we still watch NXT, and because this whole thing with WrestleMania and Takeover, it's kind of being pushed to next week, and one of the matches was tonight that we'll talk about. But it's a weird time for everyone all over the world. Like literally everyone, if you think, oh, why this sucks, I don't want to do this anymore. Well, literally everyone's going through it.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. So we've been self-isolating. We did some at-home karaoke.
Yeah, that was fun.
We usually go out to do karaoke.
We do.
And it's been a few weeks where we haven't got to, it's like our itch that we can't scratch, where we want to go out and sing, and we couldn't do it. So we tried these like microphones. And what I thought we were going to do for maybe 10 to 15 minutes turned into probably like 4 hours of just literally singing songs from like Linkin Park to the Pocahontas soundtrack.
We did a lot of Disney. Once one Disney song happened, we opened up a can of worms.
Yeah, you open up that and it just goes crazy. We were doing karaoke inside and karaoke indoors. And
it's a good way to learn the songs you can't do as well.
I learned I can never do Listen to Your Heart. It's too hard. It's too hard to do.
It's those songs that are either too high,
Listen to Your
or
heart.
You drop it down and it's just too low. It just sounds shitty. Judas, we did try.
We did Judas,
and that's definitely one. As soon as that's in the karaoke books, I'm doing that song.
Yeah, you got to do Judas, obviously. So we did try that out. We went all over the map, and that's kind of how I imagine it's going to be like for the next little while. Our karaoke is going to be. We got to somehow do a live show, because right now I forgot to mention Wednesday nights at NXT. We go live, and we are live right now on our YouTube, youtube.com/upNXT. Every Wednesday night at like 10:30, we go on and shout out anyone here in the YouTube room who's hanging out. Some of the people who hang out are the regulars.
Yeah.
I don't know what we call our people. Are the BDE, the BDE universe?
John Cena in the room just suggested upNXTperts.
upNXTperts. We'll work on it.
Yeah.
We're interested in hearing your ideas. But the BDE universe, sometimes they don't even watch NXT, but they just come to hear us talk about it.
They do indeed.
Yeah. So shout out those people. We've been doing a lot of podcasting.
Yeah.
Because we do this show Wednesday nights. It's always free. It's always going to be free. But we do a ton of other podcasts on the Patreon that we do. Patreon.com/upNXT. And it's April Fool's. It's April 1st. So did you do any fools? Did you get tricked today? Did you do any tricks?
No, I don't think so.
I was gonna try.
Were you up before 12? Because that's the rule. You got to do it before
rules,
midday.
We're millennials. We don't sleep. We sleep after till afternoon.
Middays when I say it's midday. No, I didn't.
Right.
But yeah, it's, as you said, it's April 1st, which means it's a great time to sign up to patreon.com/upNXT.
Before we go, I think maybe I did get an an April Fool's by accident.
Okay.
Because today I can't see my mom. I'm self-isolating away from her. I'm scared. I don't know if I have something. She has some, just kind of staying away. So she's like, I'm dropping off some toilet paper and some stuff for the BD, and I'm going to drop it on your thing. I said, hey, if you're dropping something off, I have some storage at my mom's house from years ago of old wrestling stuff that I thought we could spice up our YouTube live set that we go. So she drops all this stuff, says hi to me from afar. We have our conversations, talk for a little bit, take care. And I look down, and she hand delivered me with this clear like thing full of all the storage and toy, like all this wrestling crap. And right sticking through is just shining through is a picture of Chris Benoit.
Yeah, I didn't have a good rummage, but there's at least 3 Chris Benoit things in this box.
So I feel like I was April Fool's there. She's like, here you go. So yeah, April Fools. Nice. I don't know what to do with it now. They're autographs. I don't know. Oy. Fuck off. Anyways, I just made someone's day, not the opposite. What's the opposite of making someone's day? Ruining your day?
Ruining someone's life?
Yeah. No, I just ruined someone's day by bringing it up, but I had to. But it is the first of the month, and we have been doing so much podcasting. It's WrestleMania season, and we are doing a show for WrestleMania this upcoming Sunday. We just did a few weeks ago a game with John Pollock, Wei Ting, and Mike Murray, where we did this create a WrestleMania game. So I have to remember to shout that out because that was so much fun. So if you're feeling you're missing out this WrestleMania season, just not getting the right thing, go back and listen to that fun game on our Patreon because it's so much fun. But we are going to be doing a review this Sunday. We'll probably, I don't know, maybe go live after the fact as well. But it's been cool because we just watch stuff, record it, and put it out for our Patreon, and it's been a lot of fun actually to be stuck inside at least.
Yeah, we've done a lot more. So as you mentioned, we've got all those WrestleMania shows to get you hyped for the big event this weekend. But also I just put out a review of Stardom Cinderella tournament with WH Park. And hey, if you're starved for wrestling right now, it's a great tournament to watch. The matches it's 10-minute time limit matches, so they're quick to watch. There is a crowd there, so you do get that energy that we're missing from these empty arena shows at the moment. And the wrestling's great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really enjoyed talking to WH about it. And that show's available for all patrons, so including our Cruiserweight 205 tier. And then you did a show as well yesterday.
Like many people in isolation all across the world, I stumbled across Tiger King. And I fell in love with it. I binged it instantly, watched the whole thing, been obsessed with it. I found the link that Joe Exotic, go to his YouTube channel. His music videos are up there. His funerals are up there. His wedding is up there. He even did cross promotions somewhere in the States, probably Oklahoma, with NWA.
Wow.
And he did commentary for wrestling in like these like divey indie spots. Holy shit. I dug deep into the world of Tiger King and Joe Exotic. Carol Baskin killed her husband.
I mean, we're going there, right? Yeah, I mean, you've obviously got a much more in-depth
I did a show with
discussion.
Friend of the show, Daniel Lloyd, who does the theme songs for our like 8-bit and synth stuff on the podcast and movie reviews and stuff. I thought, hey, why be socially distant? Even if he lives in New York and I live here, I said, I've never done a show with him. Brought him on for this wild ride of Tiger King, and we go and dissect it in depth. I was telling you got to watch it, and you finally did. So what are your
I loved it. I mean, obviously this is going to be full of spoilers here, but yeah, I absolutely loved it. Insane. It was mental. Throughout the whole thing, I keep on going like, oh, this guy actually seems quite normal, this one here. And then they drop a bombshell and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
maybe
much.
Not.
I want a giant tiger. I didn't
know. No tigers. You're allergic to cats.
It's true. It's true.
But yeah, as you said, Carol killing her husband, I believe it. It's the way, sure, 20 years have passed, and this is going to sound really strange comparing the Benoit documentary to Tiger King.
But bear with me here.
Bear with me here. 13 years have passed since that incident.
Yeah.
And you don't get over something like that.
Sure.
And the grief is still there. And you hear them talking. This is in the Benoit documentary. And they're still clearly grieving and confused and angry and upset and all that. And then you have Carol being interviewed 20 years after her husband just disappears.
And she's chill.
And she's like,
hey, you cool cat and kittens.
Yeah. And she's like rolling her eyes and being, oh, well, people think I fed him to the tigers. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Wow.
And there wasn't any, like, I still feel 20 years on, you'd be like sad. And I don't know what fucking happened there.
Yeah, of course.
He was there one day and the next I never saw him again. But I've been thinking, which I think's more fun, is who would you have play each part? And we talked about this briefly on our World Championship show yesterday. I said I want the Coen brothers to write and direct this movie.
Right,
I think that would be fantastic.
Around all the Tiger Kings, because people are wondering, how does the Undertaker tie into this thing?
Yeah,
because one of the Tiger Kings, Doc Antle, who is very interesting,
played by John Travolta.
I said John Travolta. Yeah. He looked with the ponytail, like Pulp Fiction style John Travolta, as Doc Antle. He's the guy who had the Undertaker and Michelle McCool in his pool with the Tigers, promoting his like sanctuary thing. Then you got Joe Exotic, who looks like a WCW mid-carder. And it looks like Enzo Amore almost, actually. But...
Yeah, I mean, I would say as an actor, Nicolas Cage. Otherwise, I'd get Michael Hayes or
Johnny Depp.
Oh, fuck off! No.
Who would play Joe Exotic? Let us know.
Yeah, I think Nicolas Cage.
What about Carol Baskins?
Carol Baskin, I think Meryl Streep.
And then give her the Oscar.
Yeah,
I didn't kill my husband.
Like, I love Meryl Streep, but I saw her recently in Big Little Lies, and she can play a dick as well. Wow. So Meryl Streep for Carol Baskin.
That whole thing.
I think Bill Hader could be her husband.
Bill Hader's got to be in there somehow.
He's got to be in there somehow.
Adam Driver as Travis.
I like that. I think you suggested Batista as John.
Because they look very similar.
The weird tattoos.
Just John misses some teeth. Those teeth are social distancing.
Yes. Yeah, and I think maybe Eric Stonestreet, Cam from Modern Family as James.
Perfect, on the Ski-Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't often watch TV shows. I don't really get into them, but this is a documentary series about this, and every 5 minutes you just go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I got sucked into it. I loved it.
Oh, and the last one is Jonathan Banks, Mike from Breaking Bad as Jeff.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If he was younger, specifically that. Wow. Just a great cast. I can't recommend it enough, but if you do want to hear me go like super in depth, I did do a show like your Stardom show. It's available on all the tiers. Even the 205ers are getting that show. So go there, check it out. Patreon.com/upNXT. We're doing so many shows. But I mean, me and you, we basically like have our set days where we live together. Obviously, we're roommates, but we like have our set days where we watch stuff, record stuff. And now that like we're forced to stay at home, we've not only been singing karaoke songs and getting drunk, but we've also been getting drunk and watching old wrestling matches.
We have indeed.
Because last night we got into some wild shit. It's like if me and you last night were like, let's crack open a good old one of those good bottles. You want to crack open a nice one tonight? It's special. This is what we've been doing with like wrestling matches. So somehow last night, how did we even stumble? Because I know a lot of wrestling fans we're not alone. A lot of wrestling fans are like, well, I'm going to go back and watch wrestling I've never seen before.
I tend to go on cagematch.net and I look through the match guide, and I do by ratings, not necessarily like Wrestling Observer ratings, but the public. So people can vote, give a score out of 10, and it all adds up. So we've been through most of the top ones. So
that's how we came up with our best match ever show, where we dissect matches. We just did WrestleMania curtain jerkers and WrestleMania main events past 2 weeks. But that's how we created that show, because we're like, oh, we just like watching matches maybe we haven't even seen before. We've done a best match ever of is it Kabashi and Misawa?
We did Kabashi Misawa. This month on the Patreon, we are doing Ricky Steamboat versus Ric Flair.
So we're gonna go through all of their like legendary
and Misawa versus Kawada. We're doing for best.
So
match
we get
ever.
super nerdy and love. We would love to hear your best matches ever and stuff, because we've been just going back in time and just going through. Like you said, you go through cage matches. Even go through, if you're a fan of like Dave Meltzer, go through like his highest rated stuff and pick some. So we once you open we've talked about opening a Pandora's box. Once you open a Pandora's box of Japanese wrestling and it's maybe midnight and we're having a few drinks and hanging out with Mary Jane, you can't say you want to watch old, especially Japanese wrestling, without bringing out Kenta Kobashi.
Yeah.
So last night we watched Kenta Kobashi versus Stan Hansen.
Oh, we did?
In the match battle of chops and lariats, and 5-star match. Holy shit. I like lost my mind. I'm so starved for wrestling that this like blew. I like had to have a smoke after. I was like, whoa, he hit him, like, spoilers, Stan Hansen hits him with this lariat, just knocks him out. It's crazy.
Spoilers, it's like 28
yeah,
years
I know,
old.
I'm joking. So we watched that, but we also got into some weird ones.
Yeah, so I put on Kenta Kobashi and Kikuchi versus Dan Croffett and Doug Furness, also known as the Can-Am Express.
Right. So we watched this one.
And this was fucking amazing. This was from
crazy.
May 1992. And from that, we went, this Dan Croffett guy is pretty good. And just dove down. Didn't we watch a singles with him and Kobashi, I believe?
RVD.
RVD versus Croffett and all these fantastic matches. It's a lot of fun. I really recommend that tag match. I thought that
tag match definitely pulled us in. It was honestly, it was really fantastic to watch. And it's just crazy. We've been just going back and finding old. I know wrestling fans we're not alone.
I'm sure there are people listening as well being like, yeah, no shit. Like,
yeah, what are you talking about?
You're just coming onto this now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if anyone who's like, oh, I have, like, you guys should check this one out. Well, like we do. Sometimes we watch NXT and we watch some of these matches and do these podcasts. We gotta like take notes on it and know what to write and stuff. Sometimes it's fun to just watch a match and just watch a match. So we watched some AJ Styles in New Japan as well. We watched Kushida from New Japan. We were kind of all over. We were trying to find that 2 out of 3 falls Juventud and Rey Mysterio match from like ECW in like '96, but I couldn't find it. Like anywhere.
It is. I think I've looked for this before, and it is somewhere on the network. It's like from a DVD of specials or whatever. Right. It's on there somewhere, but it's not the WWE network is not user friendly.
No, it's not good.
All.
I'd rather just type in a match, say the match, say the year, and just say Daily Motion. Yeah. Maybe it comes up. Maybe. So that's what we've been doing in our quarantine.
Yes.
We've been just watching wrestling, doing karaoke, and some drinking. I've been good. I've just make sure I save my drinking for the Wednesday nights sometimes, and then the weekend.
Nice.
And I've been good because if we're just stuck at home, people are just gonna want to drink.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And I ain't home doing push-ups on Instagram Live. So.
No. Now, before we go into the review, there is one more thing I want to plug, and that is tomorrow we're hitting a landmark. We're doing our 100th show on our Patreon.
Right.
So we thought we're going to go live with this show. It's our AEW review, and this will be available to all patrons, including the cruiserweights, everyone who are part of our Patreon.
Yeah.
So we'll send out a link to you all tomorrow so you can join in on the YouTube channel, like many of you are in the YouTube room right now. It should be a lot of fun celebrating 100 episodes.
Yeah.
We've done it quick. We've got to this landmark pretty quick, I think.
We launched the Patreon when NXT started on USA, and now we've already hit 100 shows. And that's not counting this show on this feed and any shows we've done on this feed. So we've done quite a fun amount, a large fun amount of shows. That's what we've done. It's so much fun. And I know WrestleMania is like, I'm going in, gonna enjoy it. Just kind of know what it is and just kind of feel, just enjoy it. Yeah. We're gonna do a review on it, and I can already tell you, there's not gonna be a good. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be good, but that's why I don't want to go in negative. I just want to watch and enjoy.
You're doing exactly that.
Someone tell me.
I don't know. I felt NXT gave me higher hopes after today. I think still the intrigue of Edge wrestling.
Sure.
I think it's going to be presentation. I think it's a good idea that they're doing some of these matches like kind of hokey, like Boneyard and Firefly Funhouse, which I'm not normally into.
Try me, I'll make you famous.
But I think you've got to kind of break it up. I'm quite I'm looking for. It's still WrestleMania. Fuck, what else am I doing?
Yeah.
It's a shame. I mean, I should be there now. I should have flown out this morning.
Yeah, you were supposed to fly
this morning. I'm as like gutted as everyone.
Oh yeah.
But I want to enjoy it.
That's true. We'll enjoy it. Another thing we should mention is, I know on a show we mentioned a few weeks ago that we did a drunk order.
Yes.
We went to ProWrestlingTees.com and we wanted to support our friend Scrump and his Pro Wrestling Tee cast that he does and has so many cool wrestlers and famous people on, way famous than us. He had Way on today too.
He did. Cowboy Wei
Ting. And so we thought, we were lit and we thought, let's order some shirts from his podcast from there. And then we added on some other things. I wanted an Inner Circle hat for some reason. And somehow, some way, we ordered the shirts we're both wearing right now. And do you want to describe the shirt you made me wear? You made me wear it while you're wearing it. And I know this is a podcast, so you can't see what it looks like.
So you decided that we should order these Mad Braddock shirts, famous Punch and Biscuits. So that's what we're wearing right now.
So we ordered. I ordered some AEW stuff. I got a Kenny Omega shirt. You got some Orange Cassidy stuff. We got some pretty cool shirts that we ordered, and of course Scrump threw in some rando shirts and stuff. But he says he's not sure that anyone's ever bought a Mad Braddock's.
Why? They're so fetching. They're in a beautiful yellow.
Oh yeah, you have to describe that it's in yellow.
It's a beautiful shade of yellow, which matches my complexion so well.
What kind of? I don't think yellow goes with anyone. Yeah. No one. Right?
No, not really. No.
Like I said, you got to be tanned.
You got to be tanned, yeah,
and have handlebar mustaches that are blonde.
Mm.
And I'll stop there.
Yeah, it's terrible.
We're wearing a Mad Braddock shirt. If in your time of need, you're supposed to be supporting like your indie wrestlers and all these things. Well, we chose Mad Braddock's.
Yeah, why not? It's a good shirt.
We got other cool shirts.
Yeah,
but yeah,
we got a bunch of cool shirts that we'll be wearing on the YouTube shows from now on.
That's right. Now we got things to wear. So shout out Scrump and Pro Wrestling Tees. I still owe you money for that.
You do, yeah. I could do that. You know, I don't have a job.
Fair. So I guess we should get into the show we are here to talk about, and that is NXT from April 1st, 2020. So we have WrestleMania coming up this weekend, which features the NXT Women's Championship match between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte. But next week on NXT, there will be a women's ladder match, 6-woman ladder match, which are they still going? Is that not less than 10 people still, I guess? I don't know. Sure. So they're doing that, and the winner will face the winner of Charlotte, Rhea Ripley. And so TakeOver kind of starts tonight, and it's then continues next week.
Yeah, and I would assume maybe the week after as well. I don't know. They said they're going to be doing. They've taped a bunch, right?
Yeah.
And
so next week, is it TakeOver Tampa? Are we still going to call it that? Are we going to everyone?
Every week's TakeOver Tampa?
No, just next week.
Well, this week was as well, right?
Yeah, but let's just go with next week because it's got the ladder and it's got the Johnny Ciampa.
Okay, so
you want to just say that
TakeOver Tampa,
part
2.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Is this part 1 then?
This was technically part 1.
Okay, we've got our title for the show sorted.
No.
TakeOver Tampa, technically part 1. That's what we're going to call the show today.
No.
You heard it here first.
So Joaquin Wilde made his TakeOver debut tonight.
Yeah. No, it's only when the logo comes up.
It was, which is the main event.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get there. So they start off by telling us that our commentary team is Tom Phillips. And are you ready for the greatest April Fool's joke ever? Tom Phillips is your commentary with Sam Roberts. And I was like, oh, you got me, guys. That's some funny stuff. And they weren't joking.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Sam Roberts, to be honest. But to give the guy his dues, like, he's not a commentator and he's been called on to do this. So right. I didn't think he did too bad a job. I mean, he wasn't great, but I'm hesitant to like just criticize him because imagine we got called up. Hey, do you want to? We'd be shit. Like realistically.
Hey, speak for yourself. Done it before.
So, but yeah, we'll get on to his commentary. I think as we go along.
I went to
some
school
comments.
for broadcast journalism. Okay, I told my first day in school. They said, "What's your goal here? What do you want to do? What are you going to be?" I said, "I really like Jim Ross. Think he's great. I'd like to take his job." And they're like, "We don't know who that is." But all right, you're determined, kid. You're determined. Now I want Kevin Kelly's job.
Yeah, you want to do New Japan?
I want to move to Japan.
Right.
He doesn't speak it. Neither can I. I want it. Sam Roberts and Tom Phillips are your commentary team. Not an April Fool's joke. We start off with Velveteen Dream, who is looking a lot like Prince with these purple pants. And he's taking the extra measure that some people are in this pandemic, wearing gloves.
Yes.
His whole match.
Yeah.
He wore the gloves. He's going one-on-one against a member of Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish. So Velveteen Dream, the storyline kind of fizzled because of this wrestling kind of fizzled right now. The whole world fizzled. I kind of feel bad for Velveteen Dream. It's really cooled off, in my opinion. No one is thinking or caring about this, I don't think.
No, and well, it doesn't help. Cole hasn't been around.
Yeah.
I assume he's not. I assume he's just staying at home
I don't know,
for this. He did like a promo from his home last week.
In his pool.
But yeah, we haven't had the champion. We were meant to have like a in-ring celebration last week, and he just sent him something from
He
home.
was just in his pool.
So imagine
he didn't even hang out with his judges.
And that's fine. Like if that's absolutely fine. He's doing what everyone should be doing,
100%.
really. But yeah, you're right. Velveteen Dream came back. He had this weird feud with Roderick Strong, where the matches weren't really that good.
No.
And Dream is a unorthodox style. He kind of reminds me of Cena. It kind of the creator wrestler. Okay. Like, I'm going to try doing this move and that move. And it works for him. Like it works for Cena.
Yeah.
But it's just been like a beat off for me. And this feud has really fizzled out.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I kind of forgot this match was happening. And I was kind of like, oh, I'm not really into this at all. I wasn't feeling it at all. It's cooled off completely. To be honest, the whole angle of that being the storyline is kind of soft to begin with. Oh, I told Roger Strong I wanted to hook up with his wife. Just joking. I want you in a title match, so I locked you in a cage and beat you up once. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
There's been a lot after watching Tiger King. That's a lame.
Yeah,
I need something a little bit more.
It's just not working, and obviously
spicy.
it's been derailed as well.
Yeah, it's obviously like shut down, so it's just kind of like in this weird like limbo phase, right? So we won't be seeing Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream next week, but don't get wine on your Brad Maddox shirt.
I know, I almost did.
Wow, no, you're not drinking red wine though.
Yeah.
So Velveteen Dream, Bobby Fish. Bobby is going to fight the good fight in honor of his Undisputed Era boys. Dream is acting very sexy, doing the sexy thing. He has Bobby's head kind of lower and starts like thrusting his hips. He's cheeky. Bobby Fish doesn't like that and starts to hit some series of kicks, kicking Velveteen Dream all over the place. But Dream fights back and hits a double axe handle off the top and then a super kick. I love the Velveteen Dream super kick. He goes
they're nice.
Yeah,
they're a bit different.
With his white boots kicking you in the face. He goes up top for the elbow drop, but Bobby gets out.
Yeah, this bit was funny. So he climbs to the top and he's doing his pose, like the Val Venus, wiggling his hips before hitting it, as he always does. And Bobby rolls out the ring. And obviously we noticed the last couple of weeks, there's this kind of thing where they go, right, make more noise, be more vocal.
Yeah.
We saw it was way more obvious last week. But they're trash talking a lot more. The referee is being louder with, hey, what you doing? Oh, break up there. Oh, come on, 1, 2, doing all the counts. But here he's like, Bobby, where are you going?
It's like, sorry, I'm dodging him.
Sorry, he was going to hit his finisher move on me, so I rolled out the ring, mate. Like, it was just a weird call from the ref here. It made me laugh.
Bobby,
where are you going?
Bobby Fish rolling out of the way. Where are you going? I'm dodging the elbow drop, duh. But then he eats another axe handle from the Dream to the outside. Back in the ring, Fish finally gains some advantage and does a dragon screw. And bless Tom Phillips for calling it a dragon screw. Fish continues to works the leg. And we're not even 10 minutes into the show. And Sam Roberts already makes a Carol Baskin reference, comparing Velveteen Dream to Carol Baskin.
It seemed very forced. I know I know Moro probably writes down a lot of his kind of pop culture comments, but he slips them in so seamlessly, and they also tend to make sense to what's going on.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
Sam here is going, oh, why does he wear pearls? It's weird. Like, why is he wearing them? And Tom's like, well, he's not wearing them right now.
Yeah, he's not.
So yeah, but sometimes he does. And Tom goes about, oh, well, you know, the Dream has this exotic look. He's like, oh, well, it's more like Carol Baskin. It's like, it's so forced. It's
forced.
very WWE. Like that's popular.
If the Dream if he came out in leopard print, you're like, whoa, dude looks like Carol Baskin. If he came out with the tattooed tear, he looked like Carol Baskin. I was like, oh, I love that you're making that thing.
You're trying to, but you know Moro would have had something like
way better
up his sleeve.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just like Dream is so flamboyant and exotic. He is like Joe Exotic. He's Carol Baskin. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It was weird.
you with you're so up to date.
You watched Netflix this week.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. So did I watched a lot of Netflix this week. Not Cole. Bobby Fish works the leg, but then Velveteen Dream fights back, gets him up on his shoulders, and hits the Dream Valley Driver, and Velveteen Dream pins Bobby Fish just like that. And he grabs a microphone and says, Adam Cole, why don't you put your video games down? Because the experience is coming, and this experience is going to push you. I'm going to push you hard. So Velveteen Dream wants the NXT title, still pretty much calling out Adam Cole. And Adam Cole launched his gaming thing.
Right, okay.
So it's like Velveteen Dream's like, stop with your Twitch.
Yeah.
Shit. You're the champ. Stop tweeting about Twitch.
Yeah, this match didn't really do anything for me. It went for 3 segments, and I was disappointed because I think I said on this last week, oh, I'm looking forward to seeing Bobby Fish in singles because he's good, and we only ever see him in the tag matches. So I'd like to see what he can do. He didn't really show off anything here. They're talking about him being like a submission master and all his jiu-jitsu and that, and
he did a dragon screw.
He did a dragon screw and kicked him a few times, but didn't really show off any of that. As I said, I feel Dream's just been a beat off ever since he's come back. There's something. I mean, if you can't have a good match with Roderick Strong, like, what's going on, right?
True.
And I felt the same here. And then another thing criticism I had, and this was just the producing of the show this week, because it happened a few times in the women's as well, is they cut for the second commercial break, and when they came back, it went right into the finish of the Dream Valley Driver and the pin.
Right.
And a match is already broken up. Like you lose the flow from having commercial breaks anyway.
Yeah.
So you're fighting against that, but to come back to the finish, it just feels cold. You kind of need warming back into the match, and the amount of time that was left, just shave a minute off the match and finish and go to commercial break after it.
Before the third commercial.
So that bothered me, and I'll get back to that in the women's. Yeah. Like, why couldn't you just cut like 30 seconds off, have the match finish, have him cut the promo, commercial break?
I don't think you're wrong, because I kind of was really bored by this match. Nothing happened in this match.
And it's definitely hard without that noise of a crowd.
It's true.
I mean, I'd be interested. It would still be weird, but just as an experiment, to see someone dub like canned crowd. I don't like canned laughter and all that. No. But like just out, Theory. But just out of interest of watching a match back with kind of this canned audio, does it help it, or does it take away even more from it? Because obviously you can see no one's there.
But it's just weird.
It is weird, but this is weird. We should mention as well, in the first kind of break of the match, they advertised Edge's 24 special, which I'm really looking forward to seeing.
So this is Edge coming back at the Royal Rumble and his whole secret return here. It sounds pretty interesting.
I believe the story is he had a motorbike accident, so thought, maybe I can wrestle again.
That's weird.
And then the Revival kind of started training him.
They're like, hey Edge, you almost died by a motorcycle accident, but you survived and worked out and you got really buff again, and your neck is fine. Well, we're the Revival, and we're not doing anything since NXT.
Yeah, this documentary is going to be the most TV time they've had for a while.
Yeah, all year.
All year.
Are they at WrestleMania?
No. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think I definitely like to talk about that down the line.
I mean, we just did maybe a month ago our best match ever, Edge. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm interested in that 24 special. It looked really cool because it shows him even behind the scenes on his show Vikings.
Yes,
looks cool. He looks like a Viking. We have a recap of last week where the new tag team debuted. There's a lot of new faces showing up, fresh faces here in NXT because of this whole world pandemic thing. Malcolm Bivens and his associates. It shows the recap. Now, last week, I was a little upset because he goes, I'd like to introduce you to my associates. And then doesn't introduce us to his associates.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Allow myself to introduce myself. But then didn't do it. So we're like, okay, cool.
It's like, when you're at a party and you're like, oh, by the way, this is Braden.
Yeah.
But you're going, who the fuck are you introducing me to?
Yeah, you're just like, this is Braden. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
But like, you don't know, I don't know who you are. So now, yeah. Malcolm Bivens is now being interviewed backstage with his associates because the interviewer is like, oh, you're here, Malcolm Bivens, you're here with your friends. He's like, whoa, associates. They're not my friends, associates. I'm a business manager, Malcolm Bivens says. This is Rinku. I'm pretty sure he says Rinku.
Rinku, yep.
Rinku. He's 6'4", 275 pounds. And then over here is Seraph, who is 6'8" and over 300 pounds.
Damn.
That's a big boy. The size was like those like Russian dolls where it's like big, small, medium thing because he is so tiny. The other guy's 6'4". He's big.
Even they were so big and he's so short. The actual like framing of it looked weird because
they're too big.
He's kind of cut off from the shoulders, which looks strange because you normally want kind of chest up, right?
Yeah.
But it's because these guys are huge, which is fantastic. That's what you want with a manager, I think, to look.
So it's like he's like, and these are my backup.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So Rinku and Seraph. And he says, these are my associates. We're here to terrorize NXT. I dare someone to get in their face. I dare. This is Bivens Enterprises. And then it cuts to the two guys, and they start yelling in a foreign language. But John Cena, friend of the show, he's always up to date with his wrestling knowledge. He knows a lot, and he likes to soak up everything. He instantly rewound and filmed them speaking. I don't know what language it was, if it was Punjabi or not.
I think it was Punjabi.
And then sent it to one of his friends who then translated it back to him and told us that it was something about we're going to bring the pain and everyone will cry and beg for mercy.
Damn.
Real original, deep promo.
Yeah, but I mean that's why they've got Bivens there. I thought Bivens was fantastic. I know he's Stokely, right?
Yes.
I've never seen him before.
Right.
I've heard about him, but yeah, I thought he was terrific. He's going to be someone that really gets under your skin in a good way, and you're going to want to see him get beat up as well one day. You're going to want to see him take his bumps, comeuppance, and of course. Yeah, so I kind of like this right now. I have no idea what these guys are like in the ring. We'll
saw them
wait
do
and
like
see.
Clothesline or something last week. It didn't look.
I'm not going to judge him on like a beat down.
It's true.
In an empty arena, wait to see them work a match.
Well, everyone's going to cry and beg for mercy.
Yeah, but I liked Bivens here. I thought he's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of him too, not just the wrestlers.
I do see down the line as well, maybe a kind of, I'm talking a long time away, but a war between these managers like Robert Stone and Malcolm Bivens won't work right now because obviously it's two giants and Chelsea Green. Yeah. So that's not going to work. But I can see them signing up more and more talent for their roster and he'll probably have a female in his, what's he call it? Enterprise. I think that could be fun. Some sort of warring managers.
Yeah, Robert Stone will get two giant male dudes.
Yeah.
Males.
Send AOP back.
AOP. Yeah. Oh, God. Are they doing anything?
I think. Well, I assume they're back home right now, but
Right.
they were in that whole Rollins
Wow.
faction, but that's
that's
now been replaced by Angel Garza and Austin Theory, by the looks of it.
Our NXT is thriving. Angel Garza,
Yeah,
and Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Leave the memories alone. We lost some more.
Austin Theory, I was just talking about him in Evolve just a few months ago, and
you tell on this show, you're like, this guy's gonna be huge, and well, so huge, he's at WrestleMania.
He's at WrestleMania.
Asterisk. WrestleMania asterisk.
That'll be the new logo.
Yeah, it was technically a WrestleMania, but remember it was during the all right.
Yeah.
Someone who I think also wears protective gloves is coming down to the ring. But if you weren't sure if someone was coming down to the ring or if your TV switched channels to Netflix because it sounds like Stranger Things.
Yeah.
His theme song is a complete riff of Stranger Things. Love it. He comes down to the ring. Dexter Lumis is his name.
So we do a show called What's Next. And in What's Next, one of the kind of... We're going through 2012 NXT. So it's early NXT, beginning of the Full Sail era. And there's the Ascension. And they have the most kind of dramatic entrance of anyone in NXT.
And it was terrible.
But it doesn't work. You don't believe them. They're kind of posing, they're screaming. It's all like flashy strobe lights. But it's kind of lame. I think the complete opposite here. I genuinely think this guy is scary looking. The fact he doesn't blink,
that's hard.
It's really hard.
So you're saying Dexter Lumis is going to have a 1 hour match, but for 30 minutes of it, he's going to do a staring contest?
Maybe.
Like Pro Wrestling Noah?
Yeah. Maybe.
That was not good.
But no, I thought his entrance here, the music and the lights and just the look on his face, this dude is scary. Like, I wouldn't want to bump into this guy, like walking home at night.
Right. He's got some cool, strange looking eyes.
It's the blue, isn't it? It's just really striking. I'm digging this character a lot.
So Dexter Lumis, who his name alone already is horror movie relations with the Stranger Things theme, and I don't know if it was Sam or Tom Phillips, but he says never trust a man who never blinks, which is true.
Yeah,
because like that's scary. I can't do it very long. I'm pretty good at staring contests, but I don't know.
The hardest is when like I've done shows where I die like halfway through a scene, and then you've got to like stay dead
with your eyes open.
Not eyes open, but like just doing anything, being still. Because obviously, as soon as you're told you're not allowed to move, what do you want to do? You want to scratch, you want to fidget.
Yeah.
And it's the same with blinking. As soon as you're told, whereas you'll zone out and like stare off and maybe not blink for a while. But as soon as you're told don't blink, it's like, just really want to blink. Your eyes start watering. He did this well, and he continued this through the match as well.
So he never blinked. He keeps not blinking. But Dexter Lumis is going up against a debuting Jake Atlas.
Yeah.
Now, this guy had some buzz from the interwebs, the wrestling Twitter, wrestling internet community. He's been making some names all over the indie scene, and to kind of see him finally, I've only seen like clips and stuff of him on Twitter and online, so I'm not like super familiar with him. But a few people and like friends and listeners of the show have like months ago when he signed, like, yo, this guy is sick. Like, watch these matches of him. So it's cool to see him show up here. And he's going up against Dexter Lumis. So instantly I thought, oh, poor guy. Yeah. And it's kind of what happens. Dexter Lumis, Jake Atlas, and Dexter Lumis just like pummels him, strikes him, beats him down like a horror movie villain type thing, just like beating on him. But Atlas fights back and hits this like rope jump, springboard, flying arm drag, but then runs into a spine buster from Lumis. He gets out of that. They're fighting back and forth, and Atlas hits a Hurricane Rana, sending him into the ropes. And it's like, it's Lumis that just gets back up and sends Atlas into the ropes, almost like the 619 position.
Yep, draped on this like the second.
And then Lumis, you think he's going for a 619 or something, which was like, okay, weird. Instead, slides under the bottom rope to the outside to his feet, and then uppercuts Jake Atlas in the face, kind of like Goldust.
Yeah, sure. It's just kind of showing this weird. Guy's weird.
Instead of hitting you, he slides under the ring and then hits you because he's spooky. He's back in there, and Loomis back in the ring with Atlas goes for a clothesline, but Atlas counters it with like a moonsault type backflip thing, jumps up and hits this like pop-up neck breaker. Looks awesome. Loomis goes to the outside to get away, but then Atlas hits a tope, a suicide dive there. They go back in the ring, and when Atlas thinks he has control, there's a double throat chop, and then this like side effect type move, like a side Uranagi. But as he lands the move, Loomis turns it into like a submission, kind of like Jake Hager's been doing on AEW. And Atlas taps out. Dexter Loomis beats Jake Atlas just like that. So spooky things. This guy, this was just okay. This was just a squash match, essentially.
I didn't really like this. I love the character of Dexter Loomis, but I think Jake Atlas got way too much in. And it's one of the things I normally like about the kind of jobber matches, because they're more enhancement talent and they get to get something in. Here, I don't think the Dexter Loomis character was the one to do it with. I think Loomis needed to just kill someone.
Yeah, just
and him. I didn't see any kind of real kind of creepiness in his move set or anything.
Well, he slid
under the ropes. I feel he should have been like just killing this guy, and then not letting go when he gets this choke in at the end, and just be scary, because from his entrance you're like, oh, this dude's scary, and then he just wrestled. It was a criticism I always had of Finn Balor. He didn't change his style at all when he was the Demon, and it was something I just thought, okay, your entrance is cool, but I'm not getting anything demonic. That's how I thought. As I said, Atlas got way too much in. I feel they should have just got a local talent if they could, and just been killed in 30 seconds and show off. His finish is cool. The side effect and holding on into the submission.
Yeah, it's all right.
I like the not letting go of that. I thought that looked cool, but no.
Yeah, it wasn't much. Really wasn't much. And they're trying to make this guy a scary movie dude. Obviously, Dexter Loomis, Stranger Things thing, and looks like, a scary guy. It's almost like a scary movie, but killer, stalker type thing. But it's just not coming across that way. He's
plays good, it well.
I'm not hating on him.
It's his actual wrestling. It's like, oh, now you're doing a spine buster. It's like you're gonna lock up and do some arm drags. It's like, come on,
I'm a big. I was mentioning to you, I'm a big fan of The Weeknd, and he just put out some new music, and he put out a music video where he's a huge, like, he has a song called Escape from LA. Like, he's a huge John Carpenter fan. So in this music video, I think it's something Your Eyes or something. It's shot for shot like Michael Myers, like Halloween, with different like things, and his face is like emotionless and like with a knife following someone, chasing this girl through like everywhere in a music video for a pop song. And I'm like, whoa, it's interesting to see a pop star kind of do that and like really works. It's what the song, I'm not really sure yet, but the video I was like, whoa, this is pretty interesting. And then you see like that's just like a music video, whereas we've seen so many wrestlers try to do this, like, I'm a serial, like Dexter Loomis. You should have had him after he beat this guy go, okay, cool, I gotta go return some videotapes like American Psycho. Like that's the avenue maybe you go down. Don't just. Also, you got Dexter, you got Loomis, which is Psycho, Scream, and Halloween all into one. Dexter from Dexter, and then the Stranger Things theme song. Yeah, that's 3 crossbreeding horror genres there. Maybe, one step at a time here, Dexter, the Stranger Things. But I'll let it go, because now's the time we're seeing all these new guys. Yeah, and new stars here in NXT and in wrestling. Like we're not sure if we'll be continuing to watch these wrestling. So if it gives these guys a shine, it's pretty cool still. So I don't want to do that. But all this horror movie and killers and stuff, why not add a new guy who's got the same gimmick? Killer Cross vignette. And he's coming soon. TikTok on the clock. Will Killer Cross show up soon? Obviously, with this, he's got the horror movie, like, that's his gimmick too.
Yeah, so, true. Different. He's more of a
killer.
Like the whole thing is Dexter Loomis is kind of dead inside, emotionless, psychotic, whereas Killer Cross is more like a kind of Joker, if that makes sense. Okay. Like a more maniacal and like enjoys it more. We'll see. I'd say
with his Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I'd say you can have 2 different killers on NXT.
I don't want any killers in my wrestling anymore. You hear me? No more killers in wrestling.
Oh boy.
That's the last time we're talking about killers in wrestling. Although American Psycho, good movie. So it's a recap of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa with their whole brawl through the Performance Center. And next week, get this, someone was listening to us because we said, yo, it's the Rebel Heart versus the Blackheart. Why don't they promote it as that? Well, now they do.
Good.
Next week, they call it Blackheart versus Rebel Heart. One final beat. I'm like, yeah, cool, great. It's going to be them doing insane stuff and then probably some crazy spot angle.
In some weird warehouse thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
there was no mention
PC.
of that. Yeah, there was no mention of that. The Triple H still has to find his building.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard with all these shutdowns in Florida.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? I'm just looking for a building.
I
don't see any groceries there, sir. Go back home.
Please, you're
but that building over there looks...
I own it. I bought it. It's kind of like Batman, The Dark Knight. Didn't Christopher Nolan buy a building just so that Heath Ledger could blow it up as the Joker?
I think so.
Yeah, that's Triple H.
Yeah.
I bought this building. Why, sir? Go back home. Because I'm going to let two of my employees fight in it.
Well, I hope they're going to be 6 feet apart.
No, that match you can find now on, they were put out for free, the social distancing match with Joey Janela. It is now time for the last chance gauntlet match.
Yes.
Was this always a gauntlet match?
I was either not paying attention or I thought this was a 6-woman just match last week. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, gauntlet match. Now, a gauntlet match, how would you describe that? You start?
Yeah, you have a match and the winner of that progresses to the next one. It's so unfair. It's a ridiculous match idea, right. I think.
I agree. But I was instantly intrigued because, look, Io Shirai returned last week, and I'm very excited. But, she had all this time off. And, people move on.
Uh-oh.
I'm not saying I moved on.
You moved on.
I'm just saying Shotzi Blackheart. Big fan.
She's great.
I'm not coming up with a funny thing because people will send me dirty things because of her name rhymes Blackheart.
Be respectful.
So
talk about her wrestling, Braden.
So what I'm going to say is Shotzi rocks me.
Good. Excellent.
Right?
Cool.
Yes. Shotzi Blackheart versus Deonna Purrazzo.
Yes.
Is the first match in this gauntlet match. And I like all my wrestlers with interesting looks. And Shotzi Blackheart comes out with green hair. Usually she has got her tank and everything's just like, she's just cool. She's badass.
Yeah.
And Deonna Purrazzo's gimmick is like the technical wizard. What does she call herself?
The virtuosa.
The virtuosa with her Fujiwara armbar. They do a technical back and forth. They're like trading holds and getting out of them. And Shotzi hits like a cannonball senton in the corner, but then answers to a huge pump kick to the face from Purrazzo. There's then this like nasty like double face stomp. Would you call it to the face where like Purrazzo?
Oh yeah, it's like the rubbing your feet against the forehead kind of thing.
I remember Guerrero doing it with like one foot thing kind of thing. Oh, it looked I don't know how you fake that. You just stomp on their feet. I guess it's the way you land quickly look like you are jumping on their face. So she does that, but this pisses off Shotzi because it probably hurt. And then Shotzi beats her up, goes up to the top rope and hits a top rope senton and pins Deonna Purrazzo. Shotzi Blackheart advances in the gauntlet.
Of the gauntlet matches, I really enjoyed this one. It was short, but I thought both looked good. Deonna is someone I want to see more of because we've seen her come out quite a few times and just take an L, and I think she's good. So I definitely want to see more of her down the line. Maybe give her to Bivens or something. I'd like.
Oh, yeah, that's what's gonna happen
because Chelsea Green's with Stone.
Yeah.
I just like a bit of direction with her. I know you can't. Your focus here is kind of Shotzi and Dakota later on, but I feel like she's got something as well.
I agree. But I was pretty impressed with because I think Deonna Purrazzo is very like technical and like kind of like all about that style. And then here comes Shotzi like outdoing her. Essentially,
I love the Shotzi hits a load of sentons.
Mm-hmm.
She has loads in her arsenal, and there's a bit where Deonna's kind of in the ropes, almost like the ready for the 619, and Shotzi just hits a senton into her there, which was we don't normally see. It looked really cool.
So up next, Shotzi has to go one-on-one with Xia Li, who was supposed to be in the match last week, but Io Shirai basically took her spot. It had seemed. So Xia Li getting her last chance here in the Gauntlet against Shotzi Blackheart. They go back and forth. Now Xia Li get some offense kind of like early on, and they go to a commercial break. And when they come back, it's basically Shotzi turning it right around, beating up Xia Li and hitting this butterfly float over into like a bridging backwards.
Yeah, I don't know what you'd call
I don't
this.
know the name of this move. So by the time you're listening to this, someone had probably already told me at upNXT podcast. This move looks so cool, and Xia Li taps out instantly. And I'm like, holy shit, that move looks sick. Shotzi now going 2-0 in the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
So quickly, what did you think of that Xia Li little interaction?
I mean, nothing really happened there, but the submission looked great.
Yeah, it really did. And then up next is Alliyah, the chick from the 6. She comes down and she dukes it out with Shotzi. She keeps trying to get like a backslide and then a roll up, small packages on Shotzi, but she keeps kicking out. And then they both get a small package, but like when it's you don't know who's getting the pin, so they keep rolling and rolling around the ring. They get to their feet, and Shotzi's looking a little dizzy. Love that she sold it like that. And then what does she do? She locks in the submission again on Alliyah.
This time she hit a tiger suplex first.
Oh, right. Yeah.
She watched Triple H at WrestleMania 30.
We did the Curtain Jerkers best of show, and Daniel Bryan is on it. And in that match, Triple H hits a tiger suplex on Daniel Bryan. And me and you are strictly under the belief that during that at WrestleMania 30, before that match, when they were planning it, Daniel Bryan was like, yo, Triple H, hit this move because you're going to look cool as fuck. And Triple H is like, yeah, all right, I'll hit a tiger suplex. And Shotzi hits one, looks amazing. I geek out. And then she turns it into this submission move.
Yeah, it was great. And we give Alliyah a lot of shit here.
Yeah.
She's been there for 6 years.
Right.
And still looks green a lot of the time. I thought she looked good here. I thought she looked like she'd improved a lot. I thought a lot of her strikes looked good. She hits this huge kick to Shotzi right at the beginning of the match in the corner, which I thought looked good. She's finding her character a lot more. She's kind of screaming, I'm more deserving throughout. So I want to give her some credit because we normally give her a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I did see an improvement with her this week. Some people, it just takes longer than others.
Yeah.
Talk to Angelo Dawkins,
Didn't Alliyah get the storyline where she broke her nose?
Yeah, well, she faked it, didn't she?
She faked it.
Yeah.
Maybe ever since then, she's just better.
Yeah.
Right? Ever since she broke her nose, you know? I don't know. She can take a tiger suplex really well.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, this was still showcasing Shotzi for sure, but I thought Alliyah did look good here.
Because you had Shotzi win with a senton, win with this submission, and then hitting a tiger suplex into this tiger submit. Shotzi Blackheart is the Tiger Queen. That's it.
Okay.
That's who she is. I was super into this. And then it now continues. Shotzi 3-0.
Yeah.
What a badass. She now has to go against Kayden Carter, who comes down to the ring. Now, realistically, kayfabe speaking here, you go, Kayden Carter, you ain't got a chance because just Shotzi's killing everyone. And boy, were you right. Kayden gets in and basically gets beat up by Shotzi like pretty much early on. They go to commercial break. They come back and we see Kayden eating a senton and Shotzi pins him.
Again, this was the other point that really annoyed me because, as you said, it went to commercial, came back. She was pretty much climbing the ropes as we went back. Just save the match till after commercial.
Yeah.
We've just had the end of the match.
You could
have Kayden come out and come back after commercial and you do it.
Yeah, it was weird.
Weird. But yeah, Carter seems to be might be pushing for enhancement talent of the year because she's jobbing on Raw, she's jobbing on NXT, all over the place.
Yeah, she didn't even get that much offense.
She didn't get anything. Really,
nothing.
did she?
It just builds up Shotzi here. So me, I'm like thinking, wow, this is like a lot of fun, this gauntlet thing. Shotzi just had 4 matches essentially that were really short but really cool, all to get to the big bad boss. The last person in this gauntlet, Dakota Kai. She comes down to the ring with her henchwoman.
Yeah, Raquel Gonzalez.
Diesel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lady Diesel.
Lady Diesel. Raquel Gonzalez. She's standing there. Dakota Kai versus Shotzi Blackheart. Now Dakota gets some offense in here. She's hitting like these like axe kicks, these pump kicks to the face, like off the apron when Shotzi was like lying down. But Shotzi keeps fighting back, gets some offense in, and hits a beautiful belly to back suplex on Dakota Kai. Raquel Diaz somehow is trying to get involved when the referee is there. And then there's a huge suicide dive from Shotzi to both Dakota and Raquel on the outside. And then she howls like a wolf. She's been doing that on her Twitter.
Nice.
Not that I looked through her Twitter, but she's been doing it on her Twitter. She howls pretty well, like Teen Wolf. Greatest movie ever. And she sends Gonzalez into the ring post, but then as she's going back in, Dakota hits the Dakota kick.
No.
Dakota kick.
Yes.
Dakota kick?
Go to kick. Yes.
Yeah.
Have we seen her do this before? Not as a finish, I don't think.
I don't know if she's used it as a finish. It was kind of a weak finish, in my opinion. Dakota Kai pins Shotzi Blackheart, and my heart turned black when I saw Shotzi lose here. I really enjoyed this whole gauntlet kind of thing, mostly because Shotzi was doing Evolve not that long ago when we did some of
mere months ago, yeah.
And then she had she signed to NXT, and she tossed out Shayna in that battle royal, and that was crazy. She showed up in the fucking Royal Rumble. That's crazy. She just keeps moving forward. But you know what? After watching her here, I don't know how Shotzi's not going to be pushed into that next level.
I think she's a long-term project, and I think they're constantly keeping her in your mind, but having her fall. Yeah. So having like her eliminate Shayna, having her run the gauntlet here just to fail at the end.
Yeah.
There are other women who've been there longer, who are a bit more polished than her, that need their times. Your Candice LeRae's, your Dakota Kai's, your Io Shirai's.
Yeah.
But I think having this with with Shotzi Blackheart, just reminding the NXT fans, it's going to just babyface her more and more.
Sure.
And I mean, you had that back in the day with Bayley, didn't you? She would always just lose, but win the respect of the crowd and the love of the crowd. Eventually, until some people kind of graduated and it was her moment.
Yeah.
I thought this was great. The go to Kai, go to feet, kick. Go to kick. Didn't look as good as some of her other finishers, but all of the other like kicks and strikes from Dakota Kai, just her aggressive side she's got now, looks great. And Raquel Gonzalez did kind of cause the win by distracting. This was obvious though. We knew Dakota Kai was moving forward.
I'm saying I'm upset because I was actually just really impressed with Shotzi Blackheart here. Yeah. She was the star of this show to me. But it just makes so much sense with Dakota winning this.
I think Tom Phillips is fantastic. He's been kind of filling in on a load of these shows. But there is a moment where Sam Roberts is going, like, Tom's criticizing Dakota Kai because Raquel Gonzalez interfered in the no DQ match. Yeah. And Sam Roberts going, yeah, well, that was the rules. They agreed to a no DQ match. That means anything goes. And where were all of Tegan Nox's friends? Like, Raquel Gonzalez is standing up for her. And Tom goes, oh, but Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai have been friends for decades. I'm like, decades? Nox is 25. She is from Wales. Dakota's in New Zealand. How have they been friends?
They were friends when they were
they like
8.
Met over Bebo when they were 8 or something?
They met on...
And just been chatting all those years?
What was 20 years ago? What was going on like 20 years ago? They were on... Was Habbo Hotel 20
Habbo Hotel
was probably 20 years ago.
20... What am I...
Club Penguin. That's how they became friends.
Teen Chat. Did you ever go on that?
Oh, no.
That was fun.
I used MSN Messenger.
Oh, you'd go on Teen Chat and then you'd get their MSN. Oh, and then you'd realize there are 40-year-old man from West Virginia and kind of
please have a seat over
please
there.
Go away.
I'm Chris Hansen. I really enjoy. I don't know how we got there, but I enjoyed this Gauntlet match.
It's a good time filler as well.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like the star of the show was Shotzi Blackheart to me, because she delivered.
You look, and that is the star making formula that they've kind of come upon for the last few years. Seth Rollins did that kind of hour-long gauntlet, which he ended up losing, but started winning the fans over again. You had Kofi Kingston was the star of that gauntlet last year, which started off his propelling him towards that WrestleMania program. It's a good thing that it shows they have a lot of faith in Shotzi Blackheart.
That's what I'm saying. And you know what? I see a star, especially after tonight. You know, she's got the different look, the green hair, the tattoos, the crazy goth kind of thing. It works for me. It's a whole character. I always, your favorite wrestlers, you always look at how they look. It is a big part of it as well.
Yeah,
and I think she's got something there.
She stands out.
Yeah, exactly. She's great. So we get a recap for WrestleMania. The NXT Women's title on the line. Ripley, Flair, who could win this Saturday, Sunday, depending whenever that.
I don't think they've released a list of what is happening.
Maybe we'll do some of these weird predictions for this weird Mania a little later, because it's weird predicting when something's already happened. But something that is happening right now. Kushida comes down to the ring, and he's going one-on-one against Joaquin Wilde, aka DJZ from the Impact days. So Kushida, Joaquin Wilde, and Sam Roberts and Tom Phillips start discussing how Joaquin wears his EDM type outfit thing here. Well, first of all, if Joaquin Wilde was actually EDM type, he'd come out in rave gear, full on some interesting glow sticks and stuff. But he's more so the DJ, is what they're saying. And Sam Roberts says that EDM culture is not for me.
I am not surprised.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's for Sam Roberts.
He looks like he doesn't know how to have actual fun. But then I'm upset. The reason I'm picking at him, not only does he bury EDM culture and Joaquin Wilde, he buries Kushida. He says, out comes the Colossus of cosplay. The fuck does that mean? The dude likes Back to the Future, okay? It's not a cosplayer. Maybe mad. You can't. That's how you describe this athlete here. That's what you chose. All right. Your first time calling Kushida, I would have been pulling everything. This guy did this. He does this. You want to see him do arm bars? No, he just likes to wear the Marty McFly outfit.
Yeah,
he's a cosplayer.
He loves time.
I'm not dissing cosplay people, but it's Kushida.
Is that going to be the feud, Killer Cross and Kushida? Because they're just feuding over who's the master of time.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, TikTok, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I am the TikTok. Because what other movies deal with time and Time Machine?
Yeah,
be that one. I mean, no time travel movie.
Pretty much any time travel
better
movie.
Than Back to the Future. Nothing will ever top it. There's no better time traveling. Not Doctor Who. I can tell you firsthand.
Hey. Doctor Who's had way more longevity than Back to the Future.
Whoa, no. Back to the Future is a movie though, and I'll give Sam Roberts one thing. He did say, "Did you know that Kushida's only seen 3 movies?"
Yeah.
Back to the Future 1, Back to the Future 2, and Howard the Duck. And as a person who has a Back to the Future tattoo on my body, I can tell you that even Howard the Duck is a worse movie than Back to the Future 3. That movie fucking sucks. So, but it also has the same actor. Yeah. Anyways, nerding out over Kushida versus Joaquin Wilde, and Kushida has been doing this thing where he just hits arm bars out of everywhere, like the flying.
He can hit it from anywhere, essentially.
Right? And that's kind of the story here, where he's doing it kind of early on. Joaquin is wild, and he's doing all these cool, flashy moves, and Kushida's had enough and counters him into the arm bar, the arm lock, the arm hold, but Wilde manages to get to the ropes early on. He hits a running, beautiful head scissors to Kushida, and then there's references of the koala challenge, which, no, I do not want to try with you.
I don't even want to know what it is. Just move on.
There's like a running, flying, sling blade, sliced bread kind of innovative move from Wilde here.
It's like a leaping neck breaker kind of thing. It looked awesome.
It looked really cool. But Kushida gets up, and Kushida gets the offense and the advantage and hits him with this swift kick to the arm and like the hand of Joaquin Wilde. And he goes flying back, and he's selling this kick to the arm. And Kushida goes, "Hey, are you okay? Are you all right?"
This was weird. And he's like, "Yeah, bro, I'm selling."
So first, I was like, "Did the ref just ask that?" Because it looked like Kushida just asked that. And then there's a pause on commentary, and Sam Roberts and Tom Phillips are like, "Yeah, why is Kushida asking him if he's okay? He should be focused."
I mean, I'd have tried to edit this out, maybe.
I loved it.
It was strange. It was funny, well, but I think Kushida thought he genuinely hurt him. He was like, "Yo, you okay?
Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool." Hits a back handspring elbow, then does a hip toss into the armbar.
Yeah.
And Joaquin Wilde taps out just like that. So, yeah, maybe that was all part of the storytelling of this match, whereas Kushida's like, "Oh, I hit you in the hand. Are you okay?" "Yeah, yeah, I'm fine." "Oh, yeah, you aren't for now." And then locks you in the arm hold, and you're done, and you tap out. This was a lot of fun. It was short, it was quick.
But yeah, I thought this was really good. Yeah. And again, they were trying to kind of build up other stars. Joaquin Wilde, they did the kind of respect angle at the end where Kushida's like, "Hey."
Wilde didn't want to shake his hand though, but then does.
He eventually did, but he kind of, you can't see what they're saying, but they were essentially going, "Yeah, let's do this again." Yeah. I felt Wilde was like, I think I can get you. I can get you. I can get you. I like this a lot. I thought this was a great little match.
I love Kushida hitting this cross arm breaker, this flying arm bar out of anywhere.
Yeah, is
just incredible. I want to practice doing a hip tossing someone into an arm bar. Just incredible.
Looks
just
great.
Beautiful. We go to commercial break after this match, and we come back, and it says during the break, and it's Joaquin Wilde walking in the parking lot here, and he's going home, and he's being interviewed, and he's like, "Look, yeah, it was a good match, but I'm upset. I lost, and I've been here since signing to NXT, and all I do is lose. I thought that I was going to make an impact, and it just seems, and all of a sudden, you say to me, 'Oh, hope he doesn't get kidnapped.'" And a car pulls up.
Yeah,
two guys in lucha masks get out, and they go, and they kidnap him.
We've got to say I think it was during this match, they bring up Raul Mendoza.
Yeah,
it was this match because he lost to Kushida.
Right.
And Tom Phillips is like, wherever he is, just laughs. Come on. That's our 2-time upNXT enhancement talent of the year you're talking about there,
yeah,
Tom.
You don't care what happens to employees, like coworkers of yours? He was kidnapped in a van last week.
Now, so I believe there's this tag team that have been signed that a lot of people think these guys are.
Yeah.
However, we're talking about him a lot today. John Cena.
Yeah.
Our the upNXT sleuth, I guess.
Our detective, our journalist.
Yeah, is
reporter.
Said that it's the same mask that Cedric Alexander wore when he teamed with Roman Reigns. So
it's Cedric.
Could this be Cedric and Ricochet?
Right. It could be.
I mean, they're both doing nothing.
Okay, well, let's think about this. It's been a while since we have a murder on
a murder mystery,
but a murder mystery here in NXT since Who Shot Aleister Black.
Yeah.
So let's put this on the table here. Who would benefit from kidnapping Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde? Why would anyone want those two people? They both lost to Kushida. So the question is, why aren't we asking Kushida some questions?
Yeah.
Maybe Kushida's like, beat ya? You don't need to be here anymore. So not only did I learn from Tiger King that Florida is dangerous and fucked up, but also still watching NXT, even outside the Performance Center, parking lots are scary. They're dangerous.
Was this the PC or Full Sail this week? Oh, because I know they were Full Sail. Like, who cares?
They look the same.
They're both empty. Yeah, they're both in Florida.
It looks the same. I really can't tell.
But yeah, I like that idea of it being Cedric and Rick.
You want Ricochet and Cedric Alexander to be kidnapping the cruiserweights of NXT?
Over being on the main event? Sure.
Okay. I guess. I don't know. I mean, clearly it's just going to be this tag team who's like, well, we want to kidnap people.
Yeah.
Just don't feed them to tigers.
Who's next on the list
to get kidnapped?
Yeah.
I hope it's not Kushida. It's probably Kushida.
Oh,
Kushida. He's going to get kidnapped. Try to armbar.
This could get dark. There could be like hostage situations.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wild.
Someone's going to have to deliver that 7-Eleven pizza to appease the... Isn't that what they do?
What? Hostages?
During a hostage situation, there's always a guy who comes in with pizza.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they always order pizza. Have you never seen a hostage movie?
Yeah, but like...
Come on, someone back me up here.
Someone getting...
Yeah, there's always like, hey, and we want pizza. And there's like a cop comes in. It's like, they check it for like bombs and shit. And they like give the pizza because they want to feed their like hostages and keep everyone happy whilst being...
Wow, the more you know.
Yeah.
So that's how you get free pizza. That's what I got out of that.
Okay.
So will we find out who is the kidnappers here in NXT?
The YouTube room are backing me out
about
here.
pizza.
About
and
pizza. Every hostage situation.
I don't know. I've seen Taken. Pizza. She didn't get any pizza.
That's not. I'm talking like a bank hostage situation.
I've seen the movie Hostage.
That's just like
there was no pizza.
That's just sex trade. There, it's a different thing.
Jeez. Wow. We're getting dark.
Yes. They always want pizza in a helicopter. Exactly. Thank you.
Right. Well, I know in Die Hard, Hans like says he wants these like politicians and stuff released, but it's all a ruse to get money. Just like wrestling.
Don't get me wrong, they want more than pizza. They normally want money.
Look, we've got NXT wrestlers Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde here.
We need 4 meat lovers stat.
Right? Bring it now.
Jesus.
So then we got to start going through the NXT roster of who orders their pizza how, and then it'd be like if the people in the mass order Hawaiian pizza, then we know it's not Wei Ting.
Yes, exactly.
And we also know they're wrong because pineapple does belong on pizza.
Hey, it's 2020. Anything belongs on a pizza.
Yeah. You can have pizza that's made out of pineapple.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. You could have cauliflower pizza.
Yeah.
Or you could have frozen pizzas.
Yeah. Or 7-Eleven pizza.
What would you do if you're in a hostage situation and you got like frozen pizza, like Delicia? It's like someone fucks up. They're like, yo, it's for quarantine. Nothing's open. Yo, what are they doing in hostage situations now? They can't get their pizza.
2 meters apart. Yeah.
Wow. Just crazy. So just like that, there's kidnappings and thievery in NXT. But we go now to our main event. Okay, this is where TakeOver Tampa officially starts now.
Yes.
This is it because their logo pops up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
That means it's TakeOver Tampa.
Except where it said Tampa on the bandana, it now just says NXT, I believe.
And you want that bandana.
Sure, why not? It can go on our set.
There you go. You can wear it like Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
I'll wear it like Shawn Michaels. Main event time. It's from TakeOver Tampa, which is not happening this weekend. So it's happening here tonight in an empty arena. It is the North American Championship on the line. Damian Priest, Dominik Dijakovic, and the champ defending Xia Li. Now they do this like cool intro shot. Entrances, they come out with their entrances. They all stand in the ring, the 3 guys, and then it cuts to each guy while being introduced. And it gives like a tail of the tape with like their name, their weight, where they're from, their skills.
It was like, their finisher and like if they're like a kind of powerhouse or a technical wrestler or whatever. Yeah.
And then
it's like on a video game where you're selecting your character and showing their kind of top trumps card.
But so TakeOver Tampa, not only is it a triple threat main event, North American title, it's also Big Lads Wrestling.
It is Big Lads Wrestling.
They're big.
They are.
All of them are big lads.
I love this. They're trying to give it a big match feel, and I hope this is. I imagine this is what we're going to get with WrestleMania, kind of the white lights.
Yeah.
I know they always do that with NXT, but I think for your big title matches, it gives it that extra feel.
It does,
and I think they should do this with WrestleMania. And I love the tail of the tape. And they even had a good camera angle we haven't seen them use, which was kind of high up in the corner, looking down at the three men.
It looked cool.
I thought it looked really good and gave it a more of a sports presentation, which I think works for these empty arena matches to kind of try and. But we say this about New Japan or just Japanese wrestling in general. The way it's shot, it looks like you're watching Olympic wrestling.
The sports.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think they were trying to go for that effect here. Once the match started, it kind of just felt like normal WWE. But I enjoyed this.
Yeah,
opening.
I did. It got you into the match. And again, there's no crowd here. And this was a match that was supposed to be happening in a big venue, and it isn't. So we still kind of treat it. And you could tell some of the stuff in this would have went over the top with the crowd.
Yeah, these guys weren't holding back. Yeah. They were delivering the match they had planned for Tampa.
It definitely seemed that way. I had a lot of fun watching this. Let's go into it. Triple threat: Damian Priest, Dominik Dijakovic, Keith Lee, North American title. They all kind of go at each other. There's a series where they all hit each other in the head with the kick early on, knocking each other down. They go to commercial break. They come back. We see this really cool move where Dijak is lifting Priest up like he's dirty dancing with him. Mm-hmm. And Priest drops down and spikes Dijak with this like DDT.
Yeah, that looked nuts. Yeah,
super like
Dijakovic was just vertical.
Yeah,
standing on his
down,
head. It looked great. Looked really good.
Crazy. There's a spot where, now hear me correctly, if you know what Keith Lee is, Keith Lee's the biggest of them.
Yes.
But like he's just big. He's a big dude. He gets lifted on the shoulders of Dijakovic. Dijakovic puts Keith Lee in an electric chair.
Yes.
And then off the top rope, Damian Priest does a spinning heel kick, knocking Keith Lee off, and they all fall.
You see Dijakovic's holding him up, but you see him struggling.
He's like, yo, hurry the fuck up.
And Priest is taking his sweet time going to the top.
This.
And you're like, Damian, fucking jump.
He's like, oh, I can live forever. What are you talking about?
I'm a vampire.
He's just climbing up, just going in, and hits a spinning heel kick. Looks awesome. It's like a doomsday device off the top. Crazy. Again, the crowd, if there was one, I don't know, the crowd was kind of dead tonight. But the crowd would have been nuts.
Yeah.
There's then double choke slam from Dijak and Priest to Keith Lee, take him out to the outside. And then there's a razor's edge from Damian Priest to Dijakovic to the outside. So a razor's edge. But Keith Lee on the outside catches Dijakovic in midair. So Priest in the ring, runs against the ropes, dives to the outside with like a tope con hilo, but like the one where he even like bounces off the ropes too. Just crazy to both men on the outside.
I want a compilation to some kind of love song. What's that love song you're playing all the time at the moment? Listen to Your Heart.
Listen to Your Heart.
With just Keith Lee catching Dijakovic constantly. Because he's caught that guy a lot in the last.
Yeah.
Just have them like lovingly looking at each other and Dijak just jumping in his arms.
Yeah, it should be a thing.
Yeah,
because they're eventually going to be a tag team.
Someone more skilled at editing than me.
Every time he catches him,
yeah.
There's like 3 more times in this match.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So they're all down. They go back inside. Dijakovic goes up top and goes for a moonsault, but he misses it rather. And then there's sit-out choke slams from Priest and Dijakovic as they go back and forth. There's a spot where he goes for a choke slam counter into like the reckoning, the crossroads essentially, but they kind of slip out of that. It gets a little slipped up, but then they get back to their feet and Dijakovic goes time to fly and does his suplex toss to Damian Priest, and Keith Lee catches Damian Priest and then power bombs him on to Dijakovic, not once, not twice, but like 3 times, and then
he does it 4 times. 4 times. It's nuts.
He's power bombing Damian Priest onto Dijakovic, who's like back is exposed multiple times, and then finally on like the 4th time lifts him up and hits the spirit bomb on Damian Priest.
This is crazy. Like, this isn't a cruiserweight he's doing this to.
No.
Damian Priest is a big lad, and Keith Lee just deadlifting him like these repeated power bombs and then popping him up for the spirit bomb. This looked fantastic.
Like when you Google, how do I get a hernia? That's what I think of, because he is lifting this.
Yeah.
It is pretty impressive. This is, I think, the spot where the crowd would have really
just got louder and louder and louder.
Yeah, because it was like, how are you doing this? Because Damian Priest is not a small boy. And somehow he wrestles like one because there's a Hurricane Rana off the top rope from Damian Priest, which is just insane as well. But Dijakovic at one point hits a flying elbow drop. Lee is up top with both guys at one point. He looks like he's trying to double superplex, which is that you're a madman. You're a beast. But it's countered. He gets double choke slammed off the top rope. And Dominik Dijakovic hits a corkscrew moonsault to Keith Lee.
Into a senton almost, wasn't
Splash
it?
to the face,
crazy,
really.
right on Keith's head.
And Keith Lee kicks out at 2.
Yeah.
Holy. So Dijakovic has literally pulled out everything. This crazy corkscrew move, and Dijakovic can't get the win. And this is where, on the outside, Damian Priest goes under the ring, finds a nightstick, the one he's used recently, and he goes into the ring. He takes a swing at Dijakovic, but he gets lifted onto the shoulders of Dijak, who's got the like torture rack locked in, and he's going for the feast your eyes. He flips Priest over to hit the move and lifts the knee to try to hit him in the face to connect it, but the nightstick is there, and he basically does his whole force, knees the nightstick, selling the knee. He's like, holy shit, that hurts. Priest drops out because he's still beat up. Dijakovic turns around, selling the knee injury, gets lifted onto the shoulders of Keith Lee, who hits the Big Bang Catastrophe, or the BBC, and pins Dominik Dijakovic. Keith Lee retains. Keith Lee still your NXT North American champion. This was a lot of fun. This triple threat, all big lads wrestling. They're doing things that these guys shouldn't be doing, but somehow they still managed to do it. This was a lot of fun. I feel like if you had this at your takeover, the crowd would have really been into it. They basically hit all their marks, hit all the spots, did some crazy stuff. And yeah, I really liked it. I don't want to say I'm shocked Keith Lee retained, but I'm like, he could have put it on one of the other guys and just kind of make it.
I don't know. Different. I see Keith Lee holding this for a while.
He could be the next champion, NXT champion. That's why, you could now would have been the time to take it off him, but it'd be fine.
But I mean, if Cole's not wrestling,
we don't know why who will be wrestling. Yeah. I'm kind of concerned about title changes in general right now. Cool, then your champion sitting at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I thought this was fantastic. Over the course of the whole show, the first match really didn't click with me.
Yeah.
Or you, as you said. But then from the Gauntlet match, I really enjoyed the Kushida Wilde match. The show built up, and I kind of forgot as it went on of the empty arena thing. There were still moments where it's this would be getting a huge reaction. But I got to enjoy the wrestling for what it was this week, which I haven't been able to say over the past few weeks with WWE products. These three guys went out, they put on the match they were going to give in Tampa. Didn't hold back at all. I thought it was excellent. And I thought I'd kind of maybe be bored of the sort of Dijak Lee stuff, but I'm not yet. No. And I could see another one.
Well, this saves it. Yeah. The only reason you pinned me was because this idiot vampire who uses a nightstick hit me in the knee, and then I turned around and you pinned me.
That's the only thing is he can say that, but he kind of had an excuse last time. Exactly. He's like, the only reason is
so now
my back. So
whenever this happens, the next excuse is he makes an excuse again, but then he turns fully turns.
You turn him heel, right?
And then that's when he'd have the one more fight forever match with Keith Lee, literally at the next takeover that ever happens, if ever happens, SummerSlam. But yeah, I really enjoyed this match. This was I'm not taking away from that Gauntlet match because I really quite enjoyed that thing.
I enjoyed Wild Kushida as well. I thought that was great.
But I will say this was my match of the night.
I thought this was a really strong episode of NXT, to be honest. Under the circumstances, obviously this is the second week in a row I think we've had these empty arena matches because we had the video package week. But I thought it was a lot stronger this week. Some really solid stuff.
Yeah, my takeaways were obviously this takeover Tampa match that technically happened right here. This was part of it.
I was meant to see this.
Yeah,
I was meant to be there.
You were meant to be there right now.
I wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
Yes.
In Tampa Bay. Next time you go to Tampa Bay, you could go down to the Tiger guy and Myrtle Beach, or no, that's in Myrtle Beach. I was talking about. Is it? Oh no, Carol Baskin is the one in Florida. Oh God, don't go there. So yeah, I quite enjoyed this. I will say that first opening match with Velveteen Dream and Bobby Fish took the little excitement I had right now of watching it. Everyone right now is kind of like, life is just weird right now. So I was like, oh, wrestling, and it's NXT. I should be super excited, and I was. And then Velveteen Dream and Bobby Fish, I don't want to say shit the bed, but like it was not good. Where I was like, wow, is this what wrestling is?
Also for me, I'm not in the mood for it. Have you ever seen stand up and like you've been in a bad mood? Something's pissed you.
Wait, you were in a bad mood and still chose to go watch?
No, there's been time. I mean, I'm using it as an example. Yeah. Like I've had like tickets to something and something's happened just before, and I'm in a bad mood, and it's like I'm not finding this funny, and I kind of get that with. I agree the match wasn't quite there. Yeah. I don't think we'd have been shitting on this in a normal circumstance, but you kind of have to warm into it. This no crowd thing.
Yeah, I enjoyed the episode, and I have to say that Gauntlet was pretty fun and interesting, and there's a whole story there for Shotzi down the line as well. Totally,
absolutely
in NXT. Yeah, this episode started slow, but I quite enjoyed it a lot actually. So that was NXT from April 1st, 2020. We didn't get April fooled. Let's go to the forum, the Post Wrestling forum, forum.postwrestling.com. Every Wednesday we post up during NXT. And if you comment or post in questions and stuff, we'll read it here on the show. Do you want to start, Dave?
Sure. We have Eva from London. Random Shayna Baszler fact. Even though she's not on the show anymore.
Yes.
Shayna Baszler is a connoisseur of craft beer. Her favorite types of beer being porters and stouts.
Wow.
I like a porter.
Because your name.
Yeah.
So wait. Shayna Baszler wrestles like the beer she drinks. Dark, slow, and not a lot of people enjoy it.
I think you're reaching there. Well, okay. Just wanted to say I feel bad with Mania around the corner that the first Mania appearance for Shayna Baszler is in front of no crowd. She has scratched and clawed for everything she has earned in both MMA and pro wrestling, beginning in 2002, to reach WrestleMania. Instead of coming out to a crowd of 80,000 plus, with a heavy metal band playing her to the ring live, she comes out to empty chairs. Whether you're... Yeah, all of them. NXT on the whole this week was average. Weird how last week Austin Theory lost to Breeze, and now he's on WrestleMania, huh? Keep up the good work, Brady and Davie. Wins and losses really don't matter. I mean, we see that. You were saying earlier, I was really hoping Keith Lee would lose the secondary title so he can challenge for the main title. Yeah. It's wrestling logic, whatever.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I realize it does sound fun.
They lose their last match before graduating to NXT. I think, wasn't it Ty Dillinger was the only one not to do that?
Yeah, he just left.
He just beat Eric Young in a cage and then moved up.
And then he went to do good things.
To do so many good things in the world of wrestling.
Now he's eating chicken on AEW. So maybe you know what? That's the best thing.
He's doing all right. Yeah, that made me pop the other week.
Oh yeah, it's true. Him eating chicken.
So what we talked. This was something we brought up on our AEW show. I think it was 2 weeks ago, where they're all gambling at ringside, like the heels, and they're kind of they're singing Judas, and everyone's focusing on Sammy Guevara there. But what the best bit of it is Sean Spears is just eating chicken
in the background,
and it's fantastic.
Like, when you're like, maybe you've come home late and you got leftovers in the fridge. You're just kind of standing. The fridge is there, but you haven't like sat down. You're just still munching on this chicken, and you just like Judas. We do our AEW. We do our AEW shows Thursdays. By the way, people aren't. They're like, wait, you guys don't talk about that show. Well, we do. Patreon, baby.
And you can hear a review tomorrow for just $2.05. For $2.
Yeah, we're doing our 100th show.
It's our 100th episode on Patreon.
We go next to Chris Thunder from Down Under. Hey, yo, as I was lucky enough to watch Head to Head tonight, positives. I like the idea of having these takeover matches on TV this week and next. The presentation of NXT feels so much better than Raw and SmackDown right now. And I'm so happy for Dakota Kai to advance to the ladder match. Hopefully she can throw Candice LeRae off a ladder. Hey, that's not
Hey, be nice. Candice is nice.
This negatives, this replacement commentary was terrible. This color guy is horrible. Poorly timed ad breaks. Legit, the main event rung bell to start, and we went straight to commercials. TNA gimmicks of Dexter Loomis, aka Samuel Shaw, and Joaquin Wilde, aka DJ Z, were not over there years ago. So maybe we should start from scratch. Yeah, I mean, they're basically doing the same characters they were doing in TNA. Overall, a good show to sit back and relax to, given the current state of the world. And I give credit to NXT for pre-taping in advance.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Chris Thunder. Thank you. It's just what we got. Like, what else are we supposed to do?
I mean, should we take a moment to say, like, everything, like, Florida's on lockdown now for, I believe, the next 30 days.
Yeah.
So I think next week is taped. Beyond that, no, I don't think it's taped.
It's not.
So whether WWE are going to try and find somewhere in another state, or whether we're just going to have a few weeks of nothing, we don't know. So watch this space, but we will be putting up something for you for free every Wednesday night.
Yes.
Yep.
No matter
regardless whether there's NXT or not, maybe we'll do one of our Patreon shows on here and fill that gap. Maybe we'll do something else.
We'll just chat about whatever.
Maybe we'll just pick some.
We're gonna pick
random
Stan Hansen
drunk matches of the week to talk about.
Yeah.
We will find something, and we will still talk to you every Wednesday. night.
Last night you fell asleep to Ric Flair versus Terry Funk. I Quit match. We were watching that.
Oh, we did start that one. Yeah.
It was okay. It was all right. It wasn't quite Kenta Kobashi level, but Ric Flair, the GOAT. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, we go to Kissy Boots. Hello, NXT friends. Friends. I enjoyed the show tonight, despite heel Sam Roberts on commentary trying multiple times to get the line over about waiting for Kushida to impress. I really thought the way they did the overhead graphics on the introductions for the Triple Threat was a good idea and made it appear more sports-like while distracting from the silence between intros. I think the two luchadors are working for the Florida government and are just trying their best to enforce their 30-day stay-at-home order. Shotzi Blackheart coming out without the tank made me sad because the tank is totally over. Loomis looks like someone tried to cross stunning Steve Austin with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Here is something I just thought about. With no crowd and no picture-in-picture during commercial breaks, do you think the wrestlers are standing around until the commercial break is almost over?
Well, no, this is, if it's taped, then they quickly just, and we're back in, or they still let it go and then they go during the break.
Cut a little bit out.
Yeah.
I think that first SmackDown they did do that. Yeah. I believe from then on, because that kind of leaked. I think they're still wrestling.
It's unfortunate because someone got the dirty feed from like, I work in TV. I know how all these feed things work. You know, you ever wonder, like, how did they get this footage of this guy doing this from the news thing or things like that? It's because certain stations get different feeds and stuff. So I believe it was a different country that had the feed still going, and then it was the women's match, I think, where on that SmackDown
with Alexa Bliss,
and then they just stopped wrestling, and then the commercial came back. They started wrestling. So someone took that and posted it, and Alexa Bliss like went after them and was like, "Yo, we're just trying to entertain you. Like, fuck off."
Yeah.
But I think she deleted the tweet. But since then, like, she didn't actually say that. But no, the F word.
That's what she should
have said. Alexa Bliss is a sailor. No. So I feel for them as well. It's like, yo, it's true. They're just doing a show, and it was like last minute and everything. So I can't hate them on anything like that.
He goes on to say, in all seriousness, I hope you guys and the whole NXT family stay safe and well during these quarantines and lockdowns. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to run away from two luchadors chasing me in a van.
Yeah, you really do.
Be safe. Especially if you live in Florida, guys. Just like really stay at home.
If you live in Florida, watch out for big cats, tigers, lions, and watch out for luchadors to kidnap you.
Yeah.
And finally, last one here, Chris from Pennsylvania. Probably my biggest takeaway of the night is that they didn't forget about Raul Mendoza with the Lucha Dark Order kidnapping Wilde tonight as well. The main event was good. My favorite spot was Lee just powerbombing Priest onto Dijakovic repeatedly. It was a little sad to see the NXT TakeOver Tron in the background, and I think commercials did hurt this match a bit. The women's gauntlet was a good showcase for Shotzi, but it was hard to get into the rest since the field were mostly enhancement talent. I don't know what the NXT plan is long term, but if these empty arenas show promo time, the main roster has really had some amazing promos over the past week, and I think it would be a good move to break up some of the wrestling with some more mic work.
I don't disagree. I feel most of the stories were just complete. Like there isn't much more to say. Like you've said everything there is to say for the Gargano Ciampa feud. Cole is obviously kind of not there, so there's only so much you can do. So Dream cut a little promo today. I feel the triple threat match we had tonight, everything's been said there.
Yeah.
The women's match is like a multi-woman match, so there's no real kind of heated feud there. I agree, but I think once these matches are done, it's going to be a fresh slate, and we're going to be moving forward to new stories. And I think that's when a lot of promo work will be useful.
It's true.
And help.
Yeah. Once we move next to the next stories, these stories were just waiting to be told, to be shown, the matches and stuff. So we got to get through that before, because what else can Gargano and Ciampa say?
With all of WWE, we're just waiting for the season to end.
Realistically, Mania
right?
has been like that for a while. Mania seasons, the past few years, it's always been like, well, the matches. So what else are we doing? You can't do anything else. Didn't they go into a Mania one year with like one of the Matt Hardy things ending the show? Like it was like weird.
There was one. I think it was going into WrestleMania 29, if I'm right, which had on the undercard Ryback versus Mark Henry. Great. And I'm pretty sure that was the go home angle on Raw.
That's fine.
I might be talking completely out my ass here, but I do remember Mark Henry closing something going into a big event, and I think it was that one.
Sounds great.
Yeah, fantastic. One of my best show stealers. Next year we'll do best WrestleMania show stealers, and Mark Henry Ryback from 29 was definitely on that show.
That's all the feedback. Thank you everyone who writes in for feedback each week. We appreciate it. So that was NXT. That's what you thought about it. This weekend is WrestleMania. We will be doing a show on our Patreon. I don't even know if I really like predictions. Like it doesn't matter.
We did go through that on our WrestleMania moments thing. So
last week.
Yeah.
I mean, our Patreon right now is lit up. I know it's a hard time and some people don't have their jobs and stuff, and so it does help us out a lot. This is kind of what we do for a living, and we've been doing so many of these shows, and it's been helping us. Like being stuck at home doing podcasting is a lot of fun, and the feedback we've been getting from all our listeners, including you, we appreciate it all. So again, to quickly plug our Patreon, all the shows we do there, we do the best matches ever. We go back in time with What's Next, watching old NXT. Seth Rollins is still champion at the moment. We're doing best match ever is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Ric Flair. We're doing, I know we have some of Up Yours coming out later in the month.
Yeah, this month we have I Come in Peace, a 1990 Dolph Lundgren
Oh, it's because Brandon from New Jersey is trolling us.
Yeah. Brandon from New Jersey. And we have Batman, the 1966.
We're just being trolled.
TV film.
Because it's Up Yours.
We have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Ric Flair. Misawa versus Kawada.
We do our AEW review every Thursday as well.
Yeah.
And we chat about NXT and AEW and everything. So we do that every Thursday. And like we said, tomorrow, by the time you're listening to this, 12 noon, we're going live for our patrons for our 100th Patreon show there. So look for that if you are a patron. But if you are like, hey, well, now I'm listening to a lot more podcasts because all I can do is go for walks and runs and sit inside and do nothing. Now's the time. $5 a month for the North American tier gets you all these shows. You get to listen to all the backlog. You get to listen to all the stuff we put out this month and everything. And it's $5. And it sounds to me, asking someone for $5 is a lot. But it's not. It helps us so much. And I don't know. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we will close, as we always do, by saying thank you to some of our patrons who allow us to keep doing this show every Wednesday for free. As we said, even if there is no NXT, we will still be doing a show on Wednesdays. We'll still be doing this show for you. And I would like to thank Keish. Thank you for becoming one of our patrons.
You know, we say our thank yous, and I've been doing the Dijakovic.
Yes.
Like, because he did that one time. He hasn't done it since because he knows people are making fun of him. But I never noticed that Damian Priest does those dance moves in his entrance.
It's fantastic.
So I know it's not as funny because it's a podcast. You can't hear me, but I imagine me doing Damian Priest's flash dance during each time you say thank you to someone.
Yes. So thank you, Keish.
Yes, thank you, Keish.
Thank you, Jose Luis Serenil. Thank you, Caleb Kamarata. Thank you, Shannon Howanek. And thank you, Sunil Khan. Thank you so much for your patronage.
Oh, I know. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you gave me all the easy names.
Yes.
Thank you, Tony Arthur. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Ron E. Bosch, whatever it may be. Tez Tess Botkin, and Seb Osborne. Thank you all so much. Thank you, all the patrons, all the people listening to this show right now. Like, I know we do all the extra shows there, and that's kind of our big thing, but we still do this show every Wednesday. Like we said, we will continue to do this show. We are your NXT friends. We'll continue to be your NXT friends. Whether us not watching NXT anymore for a little while, we'll still do something.
Yes.
We'll still be here. We'll still do stuff because we love the community that we've created and everything like that. So we're not going anywhere. We ain't going nowhere.
No,
we ain't going nowhere because it's Bad Boys for Life.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you for listening. We'll be back with so many shows because we just talk so damn much. Take care of yourselves. Self-isolate. Wash your hands. Sanitize your phone too.
Yeah.
That's always scary. That's what's scaring me. And, don't drive each other crazy. We're all in this together. We're all friends. We're all essentially family here. This can't be the way the world goes out. This would be a lame way for this planet to go out. So don't.
Yeah, I want a meteorite or the return of dinosaurs or something. Yeah. Not this.
Not a guy eating a bat.
No.
Does he get to turn into Batman at least?
No. It's rubbish.
Yeah, it's trash.
Rubbish ending.
So take care of yourselves, people, in this weird time of this pandemic and everything's crazy and wild. Just be safe, as I always say. So take care of yourselves. Take care. Goodbye. And Carol Baskin did kill her husband.
Ahoy!
Motherfuckers. What's going on in YouTube room?
How is the YouTube room?
Hello.
Hi.
Who's
we went
here?
long today.
Yeah, we did.
We rambled a lot. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I hope you enjoyed it.
They probably didn't.
They probably didn't.
How are you guys doing? Who's still standing in this room?
I think John's still here. Eric's probably still here.
Eric Marcotte, lurking in the shadows, as always.
Biggie.
Who?
Biggie.
Big E?
Big Eric.
Big Eric.
Yeah.
Eric Marcotte.
Eric.